Hello, fellow book nerds. Let's talk about some murders. I think we all have noticed that it is time for the comeback of the final girl. The slashers are back. I mean, I am talking. What is that, like, new Halloween movie? There's like a new Scream movie. I don't know that many of them. I think there's a comeback. I am sensing this obsession with final girls that is come back to the general consensus, and I am also really into it. I'm not that much into slashers. I've never really watched any properly. I don't think. I find them. See, I don't mind gore, but it's the jump scares that get me. I just don't like being scared. So like, I can see people get dismembered. Like, it's fine. I'm not that bothered. But if someone just like literally just shows up and there's my character's like, what? Then I'm gonna be terrified and lose my mind. So, you know, it is what it is. But I have read 4 final girl books in like recent time, very recently. Only one of them was like a month ago. The rest was like this month. So I have been on a very big kick, and I thought, why not chat to you about them, rank them, and tell you which ones you definitely need to read, because some of them are really good, some of them not so much. So in the 4th place of the books I read would be The Last Final Girl by Stephen Graham Jones. So this one it's pretty bad because I didn't finish it yet, but I'm thinking I'm gonna DNF it. I was so not interested, and then I was like, I kind of feel like I need to read it before this video comes out, so probably like 60% into it. But I am not feeling it, you guys. I am not feeling it. I'm 63% into it, and I'm gonna DNF it. It's not worth my time, you know what I mean? So in this one, we follow a group of students, like a school group, and on the weekend, like a bunch of them got murdered by this guy in a Michael Jackson, Billie Jean mask, and it's just like them basically probably being slaughtered again. But it's so hard trying to be meta. Oh my god. So it's written in like so like plural first person. It reads like a movie script, and I know that's on purpose. So we keep talking like, oh, the scene here, and then we change POV to this, and it just feels really contrived. I really don't like the main characters. There's so many bloody characters. I'm so confused. I don't know who is who. I don't know why I should care. I don't know why anything. The gore's not been there, the action's not been there. We just get told someone gets murdered, but we don't see any of it. I don't know, I'm DNFing it, I'm sorry, but that one just did not do it for me. On place number 3 is The Final Girls by Riley Sager. This book is more of a thriller, I think. So we follow a formal final girl. So we follow a woman who survived a massacre in this cottage where she and her friends in high school or in college, I think, went for like a nice weekend out, and all of her house classmates were murdered except for her. It's been now several years, and she's just living her normal life. She's got a boyfriend, she's got like a bakery business, and the thing is that she forgot like an hour from that party, so she erased basically 1 hour of the event. So she doesn't really remember any of the actual slaughtering. She doesn't know how she survived. She has pretty much no clue. She erased that memory and has amnesia. And there are 2 other final girls in this world, so each of them survived like a massacre of their own, and one of them gets murdered, and that kicks off the plot and the way main character has to deal with it. So this one's falling into that. She used to be a final girl, and then she has to fight again. There's also multiple final girls, and they have to kind of battle it out for who's the final girl is. That sounds bad, but that's pretty much it. I really enjoyed this book. I was surprised. I didn't really hear any good things about it. At least no, this is not a Riley Sager's book that everyone's always talking about, although many people do like his books. So, and I read some and I liked some, I didn't like some. So it is a mixed bag, but I actually really did enjoy it. I was surprised with the twist. Probably shouldn't have been, but like I didn't see it coming. So there's that. It has really good tension. It had a compelling main character, because I'm gonna talk about the 2 other books I read, but in this book, she's more of a softie, and she's more like the final girl you expect from the old movies, you know, like soft, virginal, all that. So it's more like that. So she was very sweet and nice, but then had a very violent streak and super traumatized, like very traumatized. So I really like that we talked about her trauma and all of that, and I actually really, ended up enjoying this one. I thought it was really compelling. The way they did it with the amnesia was really interesting, how she didn't remember how she got away and stuff. And overall, I gave this book like 4 stars, so I'd really recommend it. In place number 2, we have My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. So in this book, we follow like a horror maniac, a girl who has been watching like slasher movies for years now. She's obsessed, and she is sure that there's a slasher coming to her town and that everyone will get murdered. And she thinks that it's happening because this new girl moves to town, and the main character thinks that this new girl is just the perfect final girl. And kind of the book is figuring out whether she's even right. Is there gonna be a slasher happening? What's up? So this is another book by Stephen Graham Jones, which The Last Final Girl also is. And I definitely think The Last Final Girl was like a sketch, and then that's how My Heart is a Chainsaw was born, and maybe that's why I didn't like My Last Final Girl, because I read it afterwards. But in this book, the main character needs therapy desperately, like such a troubled child. Jesus Christ, like troubled. Deeply troubled, because she literally wants everyone to get murdered. She's so excited, and she keeps going on and on about it. I mean, she has a lot of mental issues, so like it all comes out to play. But it is an interesting perspective, I think, to put like a super fun, basically, someone obsessed with this concept to the forefront, and to make it kind of ambiguous whether there even will be a slashing, and all of that I enjoyed. I enjoyed the themes it explored. I enjoyed the characters it had. I thought they were quite compelling. Like all Stephen Graham Jones books, I found it really confusing at first. Even towards the end, I was sometimes like, what the hell just happened? And I need to rewind my audiobook because I have no clue. I don't know what it is about his writing style, but I find it insanely confusing. But it is quite interesting, and I really like the main character was a half Native American, so that was really good to see, because it's usually a white woman that's the final girl. So that was really cool, and she was definitely like a spin, because she wasn't like the soft character that survives on her virtues. She like I said, very troubled child. So excited for everyone to get murdered. So, I don't know, maybe that's relatable to some. But yeah, overall, I really did enjoy My Heart is a Chainsaw. I would really recommend it. Trigger warning for sexual abuse. So if you can't talk about that, it's not very explicit, but it is definitely there, and it can be quite triggering, so just be careful. But overall, a very solid slasher, and I would say that it was really way better developed, way better executed in terms of its slashery gore, like a very extended, very long sequence of a lot of people getting very brutally murdered, which is the slasher way. I feel like The Last Final Girls, it was more like a thriller. It didn't feel like a slasher. I think the first 2 books on the list, which I'm gonna talk about, are winner very soon. But those 2 feel like they're slashers in book form. So if you're a slasher fan, that's perfect. Whereas the Final Girls felt more like just like a thriller, which is not a bad thing, I'm just saying. But yeah, this one's very good for the slasher vibes. And our winner chicken dinner, is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady, Hendrix. Yes. So this is the one that sparked my obsession. This is the one that came out earlier this year, I think, and I immensely enjoyed this. This is more of a horror, and we follow a group of final girls. So each of them survived like their own version of a slasher movie, and they have formed a support group, and they meet every month and have a therapy session, and then they get started getting picked off one by one, and the main character is sure that they're getting murdered as a pattern. So I really enjoyed this book. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did, therefore I'm trying all the slasher books I can. It's really well written. It's such an homage, and you can really feel the love for the slasher genre. Like I said, just like My Heart is a Chainsaw, it feels like a slasher movie, and I really appreciate that. I thought it was really fun. I really liked how every woman in the support group survived her own like version of a slasher, but all of them were kind of based on real slasher movies that we know. So like, Scream, Halloween 13, Halloween, what else is there? Nightmare on Elm Street, that kind of thing. So all of them were kind of based on those final girls, and I really enjoyed like seeing that. There was talk about how they ended up doing like movie franchises, and I really liked that each woman handled it differently, coped with the trauma completely differently, and we got to explore like a very wide range of people's emotions and how they responded to it. So overall, it was such a good book, really tense, really exciting, very good finale. So I would crown it as my favorite final girl comeback book. I'm just super excited to see where this is going. I know there's another like slasher book coming out. It's called like Daphne or something, and so the main character, or Daphne, is a slasher. So the actual murder. Very exciting. I've definitely been on this crazy kick and just made me want to read horror and like gore and stuff, and like that's not me usually, so I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the ride. So a super quick video today. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. I don't know. This is a super short random list. But I just felt like I wanted to talk about it. I thought it was a fun time, especially for Halloween. So let me know if you thought it was a decent video. If you could give comment, like, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. It really does help me out. But that's it for me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!